course, I've got to see the trail. Oh, it's going to be dark in here. On the Waterloo, Pinckney, and Patawatomi Trails. Sandhill cranes, I think. I wonder if they use that call to create wild beasties in sci-fi films. Well, creeping forward, ever onward. I believe I'm on the eastern side of Crooked Lake. There's so many trails in here, easy to get confused. Well, easy for me. And of course, probably shouldn't film and walk because I could fall. Which in fact, I did. But if that's the worst that happens, then it'll be a fantastic day. So I misspoke earlier as I said I was on Crooked Lake. It was Crooked Lake Trail, yes, but I was walking past Pickerel.
Yeah.
And now I've joined up with Richard, who lives nearby, and we're taking a unofficial shortcut. This trail has clearly been here for years, and it comes off of Crooked Lake Trail, heads towards Hankard Road. A very sandy trail.
Another log.
Yeah, look at that cute little guy.
Yeah.
You really need to move.
Yeah, well, he's not in the road. If he was in the road, I would move him. You know, car road.
Well, he's kind of in the road.
Kind of in the road.
Campsite B2 isn't quite where I thought it was, but we got here about 2:30, and oh, look who's coming, look who's coming. Arriving 5 minutes after we did at campsite B2 is Lil.
Well, we couldn't have timed that any better.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that'll never happen again.
No. You tried hard.
Yeah, there's some there. There. Yeah. Starting to look tent-like. All right. All right. That's your basic shelter. Where would you like your door facing?
Towards the fire.
Okay, I think.
Just behind me. So. I see the door on your side. Yep.
Okay. All right. All right, well, here we are at Blind Lake Campground. The copper spur set up for Lil. Ooh, this ground might need a steak pounder. Well, oh, the steak's actually bent. Yep, I'm gonna need a steak pounder to pound these guys in. There actually might be rocks in the ground. And I don't think that's moving. I think I've hit its limit. Okay, well, that's one. What the hell? Poking holes in my stick. Good enough. So, What we have here is my shelter, the Mountain Laurel Designs Duo Mid. Now I just got to figure out which is the inside and which is the outside. I think it's this way. Yeah, hope this is right. It's getting away from me. Where's the bottom? Well, we got Lil's copper spur set up. She's been breaking down wood, and we used a little bit of paper to get this going.
I only used a quarter of the bag, just a small piece.
Yeah, well, this isn't bushcrafting, it's backpacking and camping.
So I wanted to have some in case I needed to use it in the morning.
I also brought tumbleweed fire starters with me, so this is working out great once it catches. On the other hand, what's not working out great is a complete and utter screw up on my part. I brought the internet for my Mountain Laurel Designs Duo Mid, and I thought I grabbed the right tarp, but I didn't. I grabbed something else that's yellow orangey in color, and I thought was the right thing, but turns out to be a hammock cover. So I have no shelter. So the best I feel I'm going to be able to do is roll up into the war bonnet hammock cover and use it like a bivy sack. It's going to be a lousy night for me in all probability. Well, that rather sad-looking bit of yellow is my war bonnet hammock cover, which I will use as a bivy envelope, and, well, it'll be what it'll be. And for right now, we've got our kitchen set up. Get some lard. Actually, I think that I'm not sure if that's lard or beef tallow. I think it's beef tallow melting over the fire.
I don't care what it is. It's awesome!
And soon it will be joined by pierogi.
We're camping. We got sizzle.
We got sizzle. We got batch number 1 of pierogies of 2. And after this, we're going to make fried pork sandwiches. How's your first camp meal?
Delicious! Wait, I had pickles a little earlier.
Yep.
I had jerky that Ken made, and he made the pickles. And
Pierogies from
pierogies
Hamtramck.
now. And then we're going to make sandwiches.
Yes. And we have beans eventually too.
Right. Oh, we'll go.
Beans, magical fruits.
Yum, yum, yum.
Ooh, our spice is toasting.
Yeah, I don't want it to get too See, that's what I was saying. I don't want it to get
Well, you
cooked.
Well, you can always pull the pan off the heat.
Yeah, yeah.
But once that melts, that'll help too.
So the meat's next. Where's the meat in the bag here?
Yeah. Okay, course number 2. sweet and spicy,
What is course number 2?
sweet and spicy beans.
Ah,
This is a slightly different version of the sweet and spicy beans we made a week ago.
on Vine Lake. Look at that.
But yep, and if it weren't for the sound of what may not be, we thought it was a blower, but it's been going for a while now. It'd be nice and quiet here.
Okay. And we have this going.
Surprisingly, not too thawed pork. Pork tenderloin. There we go.
There we go. One more here. One more log out of this guy. Ooh, what do you think? Oh, little raw? Little raw.
Little raw.
Yep. All right. I'll put it back in
But
the pan.
I don't think it's gonna take much.
Not much more.
Maybe another minute or so. I mean, that's a pretty hot fire now.
Mm-hmm. I also dropped it down a little bit too, so. But yeah, it's kind of pink in the middle. So.
Yeah, I think those are pretty good.
Oh, look how perfect that looks. Still has moisture in it too.
Yep. That's the killer for pork, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we're gonna have.
Right.
We might not have our. We
gonna
might have
start
forgotten the
these.
mustard, but yeah, I think we're gonna be pretty happy.
Not super toasty.
Going to flip that puppy. Oh, not even close.
So I said the fire's not as hot right now.
We want to see char marks.
Right. So
It started raining about half an hour ago. We got our food bag hung. Didn't do as good a job as I would have liked. Tried using the PCT method and mucked up a little bit, but we got a critter hang going, and that'll serve. We'll sit out here until we use up our supply of fuel and the temperature drops. Currently about 56 degrees, light
sure
rain.
we've had a beer right now.
Well, if we had talked Richard into coming back here, he probably would have brought some beer.
That's fine. We can wait till tomorrow night.
Yep.
Just one night.
I think we can survive. What is it they say? Necessity is the mother of all invention. So because I forgot or screwed up and packed my war bonnet hammock cover instead of my Mountain Laurel Designs Duo Mid, my pack raft is a wall of the shelter. The hammock cover is a ceiling of the shelter. The picnic table here provides the structure of the shelter. And here is my doorway. So we have a sort of a two-sided shelter. If the wind doesn't shift, I'll have some protection underneath the picnic table. And we'll put my sleeping pad and other stuff under there momentarily. And if it really goes south, well,
You sleep in the privy.
the privy's really nice.
All of a sudden that privy's looking pretty good, huh?
It's probably warmer. My not shelter because I messed up.
Turn this way because I can have a... Oh, there's your head. Okay.
As you can see, the confines are a little snug between table legs, ceiling height, and we'll just have to make the best of things. It may go down in history as one of the less good nights of sleep. But what are you going to do? Look at the
There
height.
you are.
The height of the height under here, maybe 26, 27, 28 inches. Of course, you got the table legs in the way. Yeah.
The not so shelter.
It definitely ain't provide any port in the storm, I guess. Let's hope it doesn't storm.
There's the backside.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Okay, good night.
All right. My morning view. Well, with one thing and another, the trip didn't quite end up the way we expected. Besides having the wrong shelter and having to sleep underneath the picnic table, which resulted in not the best night's sleep, it turned out that my charging cable was kaput. So, no videos really for the morning where we had a wonderful burrito breakfast and then broke camp. And then I got in my blown up pack raft to paddle across Blind Lake to Half Moon Lake with the eventual idea of going to Hell, Michigan, where Lil, after a morning of biking all around, would meet me. I set out in my pack raft and paddled across Half Moon Lake and met up with Richard, who lives in the area. And as we paddled across Half Moon Lake, paddling first through the channel that connects Blind Lake and Half Moon Lake, I started having the sense that I was getting closer to the waterline. Very slowly getting closer to the waterline. I was getting closer to the waterline. My boat had a very small, slow leak. It became quite apparent that there was definitely a leak about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way across Half Moon Lake. We very quickly changed our plans and got to the shore before my boat sunk out from under me. That was how the trip unfortunately came to an end. We got over to Richard's house, found Lil there, packed everything up, had a quick drive over to Hell, Michigan for a drink and some adequate pizza, and thus came the end of our little overnight to Blind Lake with a short trip to Hell, full of adventure and misadventure.